So in the previous lecture, we looked to the example of tap, its angle, the amount of water which was coming out, and the time to fill. We even talked something about your friend throwing a ball to you, and then what is the basic logic. If you want to catch it righteously, you need to follow the behavior and rate both.
Hello there. Welcome to lecture 1.0 Mathmagic 2.0 Reinventing Calculus. In the previous discussions, we talked about change. We said, and we now know, that change has two attributes. One, there will be a behavior of change, and the other would be the rate of change. From now on, we will be diving deep into this change. Let us consider a scenario that you and your friend, you're standing at a point O. The distance between you and your friend is 0 right now, nearing 0. Now your friend says bye to you and starts moving away from you. After 10 seconds, maybe because he is walking slowly, he has moved on to a point A. Let this point be, say, 5 meters away. In the next 10 seconds, he was walking steadily and slowly, so he has moved on to point B. Now the distance of this point B from you is 10 meters, and he has, in the next 10 seconds, walked another 5 meters. Then he starts jogging. After 10 seconds, he moved on to point C, which is 20 meters away, because he was jogging. So in the next 10 seconds, he could travel 10 meters, and thus after 20 seconds, his distance became 20 meters away. Then he started running. So in the next 10 seconds, the distance from you and him became 40 meters. Means in the last 10 seconds of this discussion or this focus, he ran for 20 meters because he was running. Now look to a combination, that if I look time in terms of seconds and the distance in terms of meters, if I plot these things, so at 0 second, the distance from you was 0 meters. After 10 seconds, the point B, the distance became 5 meters. Then in the next 10 seconds, that is 20 seconds from the start of observation, the distance became 10 meters. Then he started jogging. So for the next 10 seconds, that is point C, the distance became 20 meters, and then he started running. So after the next 10 seconds, the distance from you now is 40 seconds. So if I create a combination of time and the distance, it would be in the very beginning 0, 0. The time at O was 0 and the distance at point O was 0. In the next 10 seconds, the time became 10 and the distance became 5 meters. In the next 10 seconds, the time became 20 seconds and the distance became 10 meters. In the next 10 seconds, the time became 30 seconds and the distance became 20 meters because he was jogging. Do you remember that? And in the next 10 seconds, the time became 40 seconds, but the distance also grew up to 40 meters because he was running. Now all these things, they are ordered pair. The pair defining the time from the point of depart and saying goodbye to you, and thereafter the distance traveled or the distance between you and your friend is depicted by this ordered pair. Any form of ordered pair would be termed as relations. So any activity which is having change, the behavior and the rate can be graphically plotted. The horizontal line here is depicting the time elapsed, whereas the vertical is showing the intensity of the sound. Now this is graphically being plotted, that how the sound intensity is changing with respect to time. In the coming lecture, I'll be plotting you and your friends' distance changing in the previous example with respect to time. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.